Paige Bueckers reveals truth about relationship with Caitlin Clark. The Dallas Wings phenom rejects manufactured animosity. Dallas Wings rookie standout Paige Bueckers made headlines this week clarifying where she stands with Fever standout Caitlin Clark, a narrative that has become one of the most talked about storylines in women's basketball. What many observers have labeled a budding rivalry, Bueckers says, is largely manufactured by the media, rooted more in fan projections and headline chasing than any real animosity between the two stars. On Kylie Kelce's Not Gonna Lie podcast, Bueckers addressed the rivalry question head-on, pushing back against the idea that there's personal tension between her and Clark. It's crazy because everybody's pinned me and Caitlin against each other for the longest time and we're cool, like we're friends, she said, before underscoring that respect for competition is what really defines their dynamic. Both Bueckers and Clark, back-to-back #1 overall draft picks, entered the league with massive college resumes, global fan interest, and significant commercial attention. Clark boasted record-breaking scoring and transformed the Indiana Fever's profile almost immediately, while Bueckers arrived in Dallas after a national championship run at UConn and has quickly become a cornerstone of the Wings' offense. Yet, despite the inevitable comparisons between the two generational guards, Bueckers has repeatedly emphasized that her relationship with Clark isn't rooted in hostility. In her podcast comments, she acknowledged that media narratives often want to frame storylines around conflict. They want to pin two people against each other, and they're supposed to hate each other, she said, articulating frustration with the oversimplification of their connection. Clark has echoed a similar tone in the past. Speaking ahead of their first WNBA matchup in the summer of 2025, she described the pair as friends, not constant communicators, but respectful competitors who supported one another's journeys from afar. We've always been friends. I wouldn't say we're best friends and talk all the time. It's hard when you end up going your separate ways and are at different colleges. I've always been a fan of hers and always been supportive, Clark said in July 2025. On the court, the two have already provided compelling competition for fans. Their long-anticipated first professional meeting in July 2025 saw Clark's Indiana Fever secure a convincing win over Dallas, with Clark posting a double-double and Bueckers leading all scorers. Yet even in that game, the focus for both seemed to remain on team success rather than an individual face-off, respect over rivalry. The WNBA itself has benefited from the heightened interest around these two phenomenal talents. Clark's star power has drawn record crowds and elevated the Fever's national profile, while Bueckers' arrival in Dallas sparked early merch sellouts and fresh energy around the Wings franchise. Their presence has contributed to what many analysts see as a renaissance in women's basketball, with rising attendance, expanded TV audiences, and more mainstream discussions about the league's stars and future. As the 2026 WNBA season approaches, the conversation around Bueckers and Clark will likely resurface. For now, however, the two guards' dynamic is defined more by mutual respect than by any manufactured animosity.